Why does it matter how fast or slow we lose weight? Well, if we lose weight too slow, it will take forever to hit our goal weight, wasting time and money on our GLP-1. And if we lose weight too fast, we risk the side effects of rapid weight loss like fatigue, muscle loss, and sometimes hair loss. So in this video, I'm going to go over my ideal weight loss speed and what I do to make sure I lose as fast as possible while avoiding all the bad stuff. So you too can hopefully not waste time and money losing weight while microdosing a GLP-1. I'm Nico, nutrition coach microdosing tirzepatide to help control my binge eating and to lose some vanity weight. All right, my ideal rate of weight loss or weight loss speed. I like to lose between 0.5% to 1% of my current body weight per week. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at this chart to see where you're at. Now, you might have heard some people say to lose 1 or 2 pounds per week. Numbers like that are too general and might not work for everyone. For example, if a 300-pound person's goal weight is 200 pounds and they were told to lose 1 pound per week, that would take 100 weeks or about 2 years. If they were told to lose 1% of their current body weight per week, it would be about 40 weeks or 9 months. If we were to include adjustments, it might end up being about like a year total, but that's still much faster than hitting their goal in 2 years. Also, this is assuming they can sustain that 1% loss every week. I like using this percentage-based approach because it's a range and it's flexible, which also makes it sustainable over time. And I'll go over what that means a little bit later. When it's a range, I can choose to speed up or slow down my weight loss depending on how I'm currently feeling. Like if I'm not hungry, I'll speed it up and lose towards that 1%, or if I'm feeling low on energy, I'll slow down towards that 0.5% and just eat more food. This rate of loss range is what I consider to be moderate speed. Above 1% is too fast and below 0.5% is too slow. Now, why does it matter how fast or slow we lose weight? If I'm losing weight too slowly, then it will take too long for me to hit my goal weight, and that alone is discouraging. And if you're like me, you want to hit your goal weight as soon as possible while still being safe about it. Also, weight loss naturally slows down over time as we get closer to our goal. So losing at a slow rate might eventually lead to a plateau, which means we go from some weight loss to no weight loss. I prefer to lose at a moderate pace all the way through, so I can start fast and then slow down over time, but on average, I'm still losing at a moderate speed. The last thing is cost. The longer I spend losing weight, the more money I have to spend to maintain the dose I'm using to lose weight or to help me lose weight, which is pretty high for me, relatively speaking, even at a microdose. Now, there's nothing wrong with going too slow or below 0.5%. It's better than going too fast, if you ask me. It's just about understanding the trade-offs. Like if you don't mind taking a while to hit your goals, you know how to prevent plateaus and money isn't an issue, then by all means go for it. Like I said, going too slow is better than going too fast, which brings us to losing too fast or above 1% per week. One of the problems of losing too fast is the negative side effects that are related to rapid weight loss. So things such as muscle loss, hair loss, fatigue, and gallstones. It's not guaranteed you get these side effects, but rather just an increased chance. And the chance goes up the longer you spend losing weight at a faster rate. From my experience, losing too fast for a long time isn't too common for microdosers from what I've seen, but it still can happen, especially if you respond really well to the GLP-1, or your dose might be a little bit too high for you. Another downside to losing too fast besides negative side effects is that weight rebounds and weight regain become an issue. There's a saying in the weight loss space that the faster you lose, the faster you gain it back. And there is some truth to that, but it ultimately comes down to how well a person can maintain their weight loss. Now, the last point on losing too fast is sustainability. Sustainable fat loss matters because if we're going to lose weight, we need to stick with it long enough to hit our goal. Like every time I quit dieting before I hit my goal was because I was doing things that weren't sustainable. Like I would keep pushing for faster weight loss, which led to me being too hungry and having too little energy that it made my day-to-day life much worse. So how do I know if my rate of weight loss is sustainable? I measure it by how much it affects my quality of life. There are 4 factors I like to use to measure quality of life while losing weight, and I see it on a spectrum of good quality of life to bad. First is sleep quality and length. If I typically get 8 hours of good sleep, but suddenly I get 6 hours or less consistently, then that's an issue and quality of life gets worse. Second is physical energy. Feeling physically good versus feeling physically off, meaning I feel sluggish, like I feel much weaker while working out, or I find getting out of bed extremely hard. Third is thinking clearly. I know I'm good if I'm mentally sharp, but if I can't think through problems, let's say for work, it's typically because I'm not eating enough, which is unsustainable. Or if I'm hungry all the time and all I think about is food. And yes, food noise can come back temporarily, even on a GLP-1. For me, food noise gets reduced and doesn't completely go away. Fourth and last is regulating emotions. Quality of life is much better when I can regulate my emotions. and it's worse when I can't. Like for me, I start to become increasingly impatient and I get angry pretty quickly when my weight loss isn't sustainable. Now, these are my emotions. Yours might be different. I think of it as whatever emotions you have to regulate on a normal basis are the ones that become harder to control. Like let's use crying, for example. Maybe someone usually can hold back their tears, but when weight loss is unsustainable, they just end up crying their eyes out. Things like this can happen when weight loss gets hard. And again, all these things are on a spectrum. So let's say at the start of the diet, I am over here, but over time, as I lose weight, it slowly goes over here. Then as we lose weight faster, we move along the spectrum faster, and it's bad. That's why it can be a good idea to slow down rate of weight loss as we get closer to our goals. And it's what I'm doing right now. The main thing is to make sure we don't hit our limits, which is like right over here. But if we do end up hitting our limits, we can just pull back from losing weight, eat a bit more food, then continue to lose again once we feel like we're ready. Now, how does being on a GLP-1 come into all of this? From my experience, it actually slows down the bad stuff, meaning GLP-1s make weight loss more sustainable. It doesn't fully stop me from getting the bad things over time. I just get to that point much later than usual. Now, another aspect of sustainability, which I briefly touched on earlier, was the cost of GLP-1s and how it relates to how fast or slow we lose weight. If money isn't an issue for you, then that's great. But for me, losing weight too slowly means I have to spend more money on the dose I use to help manage my hunger. Like let's say it takes me 6 months to hit my goal weight. That is 6 months of paying for the meds. Now, let's say instead of 6 months, it now takes me 12 months because I'm losing at a slower rate. That means I basically doubled how much I have to pay. Now, I'm generalizing since I'm not factoring in the cost of increasing my dose. But the point is, the more time I spend losing weight, the more money I have to spend on a GLP-1. Now, if I eventually can't afford my meds, then that means my weight loss is unsustainable. So to recap all of this, I want to lose between 0.5% to 1% of my current body weight per week. Anywhere in this range is fine, and what I consider to be moderate weight loss. For weight loss to be sustainable, I need to make sure my quality of life isn't too negatively affected. So as long as I get decent sleep, I feel physically good, I'm mentally sharp, and can regulate my emotions, then my weight loss is sustainable, which means I'll eventually hit my goal and not quit. And at any point weight loss becomes unsustainable, I just slow it down to make it sustainable again. All right, that's the video. Hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. Bye.